All right, everybody, and welcome to the FireKeepers Casino 200 here at Michigan International Speedway. My name is James Rouse, and in the booth with me is Mike DeMoney. We are here bringing you the Sunday night NASCAR Michigan edition as we head into the playoffs. It should be an absolute slugfest, especially as this big, almost super speedway. But Mike, what are we expecting here?
Well, definitely expecting a lot of good hard racing as it is the playoffs. Probably looked for Murray and Root to kind of stamp their case here. But it is different than regular super speedway. I don't expect we'd see a ton of drafts. Tires are going to be a little bit important, but definitely look forward to these good hard racing.
Yeah, definitely. And you said it, that this has really been taken over, and this is how it worked last season as well. I believe RJ Root came in there with about 7 wins with his field filler teammates, and at the end of it, after all the smoke had settled, Joe Stafford comes away with the victory. So it should be an amazing time here. Now's your opportunity. If you're outside that 16 points or those 16 positions, really get that win, put yourself forward. But in a place where literally anything can happen here, as we're watching a little bit of qualifying here. Joseph Cossey in the number 1 position. RP Allen there in second. Third, Alex Murray right now, but Matt White taking his 48 machine around the track. Coming to a close there, it looks like, actually. But Joe Stafford, another one out there trying to put down a lap. And it's so important everywhere, but how important is it here at Michigan to really get that quick time down?
Well, you saw it. I mean, if you were paying attention earlier today, watching the NASCAR race, track position is almost everything. I mean, if you're up in the first part of the field, you definitely feel like you have a chance to win. If you're sitting towards the back, you're going to have to pull some pit strategy or something to make it work. But like we said earlier, you know, a few of these guys have been running up front, so maybe they'll make a mistake, and some of these other drivers will have a chance to capitalize on it and get some points.
Yeah, definitely. But speaking of where we are here, the Michigan International Speedway, it's a 2-mile track, 114-degree track temperature in the course, the full configuration. Here on Sim Racing Media. Partly cloudy, that'll be good for those tires, get them saved up, because Michigan doesn't really have that banking of a super speedway. You might be able to go full throttle for 2-3 laps, but after that you're going to have to start slowing down as that sticky gets ran off the Goodyear that we see. Of course, this is brought to you by the Big Ticket, Davis Brothers Roofing. If you're in the greater Tennessee area and you need some roofing, they're the guys to call, residential or commercial. They got your back. Call them, get a quote today. As well as Preen Lawn Care. Let me make sure I get this right. Been covering it for a while. But Preen Lawn Care, of course, and Buttkicker. Buttkicker, absolutely worth the price of admission. Help you out with some speed. especially at these places that it's hard to um, lose those tires. Really show you out here. So far we're going to go ahead and run to a quick commercial for Davis Brothers Roofing, and then we'll be right back.
With the Buttkicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Buttkicker, the future is feeling.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, that was the Buttkicker commercial, not the correct one there, but no worries. As we get going, we are gonna have a really good race for you guys. Let's go ahead and go over the grid as we have RP Allen out on the track. That's give him a couple seconds to focus as I bring in, fix one little error here. There we go. All right, folks. So Joseph Kazi has came into play. That's going to bring us to the countdown to grid here. Joseph Kazi, of course, in the number 88. RP Allen there, and is going to be on his outside in the 03. 3 is going to be Alex Murray. Of course, Matt White not coming in there yet. Brad Gunn going to be in the 36 machine. Then we have the 27, J.C. Gibson. RJ Root at that Magic. Randy Spivey in the Mission 22 until none machine. Nolan Hodgson in 9th with that 54. Then we got Stoney Benfield in the 36 machine. Let me go double check one more thing. Of course, it's been giving me absolute fits here on the paints, Mike.
Yeah, it looks like it.
There we go. Oh boy. Tell you what, Trina has been doing it for me.
All right, we got the 9 Toyota of Jeff Carson in 11th. Jeremy Miller in the 30 Chevy. Joe Stafford rolling off position 13. Austin Story in the 23 Toyota 14th. Zelinda Collins, 49 Chevy. And then in 16th is Alex Princeton. And Bronson Alexander, 17th. Nicholas Breidenbach and Matthew Gaskins, 18th to 19th. 20th is Clayton Davis in the 2 Ford.
And we have
then
Dave
we'll go back
in the 21st, Clayton Davis. Leo Bonacasa there in 22nd. Randy Belk starting us off in, or I'm sorry, Leo Bonacasa 23rd, Dave Riegel 22nd, Randy Belk in 24th. And we have Josh Ward starting 25th. Eugenio Alonso in 26th. 27, Zach Osborne. Lauren Jones is going to be in the 28th position. 29th, Charles Eaton. Of course, then we got Chris Claude. There we go. Dasani paint is up. We should be good on paints. Ladies and gentlemen, excited to see that. There we go. 31, of course, is Marty Roberts. 31st, Ken Ron, or 31st, Marty Roberts, 32nd, Ken Ron. 33rd, Chad Sanner. And we got Wyatt Fink there in 34th. 35th, Zachary Vaughn. Then Ryan Samuelson in 36th. Late start for Ryan Samuelson. Emily Arias going to be there and just celebrated her 18th birthday, I believe. Emily Rice in the 37 machine with the 6 on the car. In 37th position. 38th is going to be John S. Bawalda. We got Corey Burkett there in 39th. Joseph Lester in the 18 machine. Going to be there in 40th. 41st, Seba Cornez. And then 42nd, Jeff O'Rourke. Well, ladies and gentlemen, very full field here today as they get ready to go green. We've got an exciting one for you here. Stick around. You're not going to want to go anywhere as that pace car, Joseph Cossey, there it is, going to be taking the hard left turn as we are going to be going green here at Michigan. See how long and sweeping that is. So there we go. Buckle your seats. Get some popcorn for Grandpa. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go racing as Cossey's going to get the green flag here, and they're going to be roaring through into turn 1. We're racing, ladies and gentlemen.
Alex Murray stayed right on Cossey's back bumper, giving him a good push. Jumps to the outside there in front of RP Allen.
Absolutely. Everybody making it happen, making it work here in the outside lane. And that's what it's just going to take. You're going to have to do your best to get those blocks, get everybody moving as you move forward here with that number 40 car we see trying to go to the inside of the 9.
Yeah, as you saw there a little bit too, when the 40 got to that back bumper, had to check up a little bit, caused RP Allen to have to slow down. So that got a little bit of leeway between them as RP Allen drops down to the inside of Murray. Going to make that pass and go all the way to the lead.
And that's one of those things here, and you can just go full throttle, all out. It's absolutely wild what these people can do with these machines in the first couple laps. But you got to be careful because, as you said, it's a lot to handle when you get through, especially if you get a green flag run. Watch for some of these guys to be kind of regretting that all-out style because you've really got to save your tires. And take a look at Joe Stafford here in 11th. He's got Randy Spivey and Austin Story giving him a big push. A little bit of they're not teammates, but the teams have very good relations between the 23 and Propel Motorsports. So that's another thing. It's going to be important to have a teammate come behind you. That could be the difference of making a pass and not, as we see Cossey and Allen still going at it. But Allen doesn't have any help at the bottom that you think he's going to need in this kind of super speedway-esque atmosphere.
Yeah, you can see that when you do have a run, you're able to make it on your own. But if two cars hook up, they're gonna go right past you almost.
Definitely a little bit of a block there by RP Allen. That's gonna give Cossey the way. Ooh, that was close. Almost got him down to the infield. So some bad blood already starting as they're both run up the track. Everybody wants this position. Alex Murray is just in the best position to take advantage of whatever's going to happen here.
Yeah, it looks like back in the field a little ways, we got a little 3-wide action. Might have bounced off the wall a little bit there coming out of that corner.
Yeah, all the way through the field as we see Jeff Carson just made his fastest lap of the race. In front of him, Miller. 5 positions already in the 30 machine.
There's definitely got down to that inside and looks like he found something that's going to make it work and it's on the move towards the front.
Speaking of moving forward, our hardest charger so far, Josh Ward, here midfield. He's got some momentum, up 8 positions so far. As we see just how spread out everybody is. Has 3-wide action behind him.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the more multi-groove tracks that we see. I mean, especially with, like you were saying, you can go full throttle. You just have to be able to hang on, especially when you're on that top side coming out of the corners.
As we're sitting about 24th to 28th here, this is mid-pack. This is the battle mid-pack, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody really trying to just find a position and move. As Ryan Samuelson had a bad lap and qualifying, is having to work himself through the field. A couple other drivers in the same position. Zachary Vaughn, some folks we don't usually see back here. Joseph Lester having to move forward. Oh, we're wrecking up front. Oh, no, we're not. STK. Ooh. STK about made me lose it, Mike.
Wow. Well, as we see back up front, Kazi's out there taking the lead as RP Allen and Alex Murray are battling back and forth for a second.
Definitely, as we've got 100 laps to go here in the FireKeepers Casino 200, brought to you by Davis Brothers Roofing. It's just so hard to cover all this action. So if you are watching in the chat, if you're watching over on YouTube, and you are not a bot, go ahead and fix that issue. There we go. I apologize for that.
Those bots definitely like our broadcast.
Definitely, they love it, and they love to get us there. But do make sure you shout out your driver. Gives us a little bit better idea of who everybody's watching. We can kind of help you guys out, help you find out who you want to see more of. Go ahead and give them that for you guys. As we're seeing just how hard it is to keep a groove. Randy Spivey, we've talked about people moving forward, but Randy Spivey's about 6 positions back as he got pushed out of groove and now is stuck here in 14th right now. And it's just how quick it happens, especially when up in front. Huge battle.
Yeah, you see RJ Root making his way through as well. Jeremy Miller up 7 positions right now. Trying to figure out which line's going to work best for him as he got right behind the 3 of RP Miller and then RP Allen and decided better than that.
Yeah, RP Allen started in 2nd place and has been so far pushed back, as it seems like Joseph's not wanting to give away that lead position, but Murray is coming up on him, the winningest driver so far in the season. It's going to be hard to contend with.
Yeah, definitely. Like we said before, you know, we have the 2 of the more or 2 of the more accomplished drivers in this series, you know, running up towards the front every week. So these guys are looking to take advantage of any mistake they can to get the points from, you know, Allen and Root, or Alex and Root there.
Yeah, at this point, you just want to keep them from getting any more bonus points. It doesn't matter how well you are in the season. Everything changes in the playoffs, and that's what's one thing that has really helped people in this league that you don't really see in a lot of other leagues is teams. The teammates, Alex Murray, RJ Root, and of course, wherever he's at, Ryan Samuelson. Field Filler has absolutely blown up in this league to try and get some folks fast. They have an awesome setup. Speaking of which, Alex Murray actually builds the setups, so once they brought him on to race, it was a no-brainer that we knew he was going to do really well, and boy, has he showed up with 6 wins this season, I believe, maybe more.
Alex Murray, 8 wins.
8 wins.
RJ Root has 4. So
give Field Filler Racing more than half the wins. Oh, as we got a car on apron, the number 2, Clayton Davis. In front of him, everybody going to town. Jeff Carson's 5. Let's see what happened there. Oh, it was
Oh.
battling with the 9. That's what happened.
Battling with the 9 went clear down into the grass there.
And just a back and forth. This course was lap 12. And then with everybody running so close together all the way around, you really got to be careful. Oh, as it looks like the 2 gets kind of bent out of shape. And that slows down momentum. And that's where it all starts. Yep, that's where it all starts.
He was running that low line, slid up high, and then tried to go back down low and didn't realize the 9 was there inside of him.
Definitely, but he's got his work out for him. Now he's trying to get Alonso, or Eugenio Alonso there. It's just about finding your speed, right? And now we're going to get in that position where we have the first 4 machines here, first 5. Joseph Cossey, Alex Murray, Matt White, Jeremy Miller, and RJ Root, all within a second. And then Nolan Hodgson there, he's the chain, or the link that's keeping this chain together. JC Gibson, Joe Stafford, RP Allen, and then Breidenbach as well. Story and Brad Gunn. That's who's battling kind of the second wave, if you will. And that's what it's going to be all the way back. I see Josh Ward's kind of leading one. Eugenio Alonso's leading a stretch. Stoney Brinfield here with Zach Osborne. And 3 wide as we just go to Zach Osborne as they kind of sort that out. But that's really what we're going to see throughout the entire race is all these guys kind of clicked up. And you're going to travel. That's what I love about this kind of racing is you're really going to be racing with your skill level almost to a fault here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you see the different groups running. You know, you have the guys up front that are going to be running together. But even in your group, if you guys stay together and just, you know, work together, you guys might save some fuel and be able to maybe use some pit strategy and get towards the front as well.
Yeah, definitely. We are going to use this time. We're on lap 17 of 100 to go ahead and take another quick ad break. And we will pay some bills. You guys stick around. We'll be right back.
Davis Brothers has been providing homeowners and businesses with exceptional roofing services since 1983. From repairing roofs on small homes to installing new roofs on large commercial retailers, no job is too big or too small. Your home is an important part of your life, and your roof is an essential part of your home. We understand that. Whether you're inspecting, repairing, or replacing your roof, we'll treat your home like it's our very own. Low slope, steep slope, big or small, it doesn't matter, we do them all. And remember, we have the capabilities and the manpower to take on any size job. When it comes to your roof, it's important to be proactive. Choose an experienced roofer you can trust. At Davis Brothers Roofing, we are your experienced roofer. Contact us today for a consultation and let us earn your trust.
There's a new approach to lawn care, Preen One Lawn Care. Preen One does away with the hassle of multiple bags of different products. It has everything you need for a beautiful lawn in one bag. And all it takes is one application. For season-long weed control and feeding, apply the granules when the lawn is wet and weeds are actively growing. It blocks crabgrass all season. It prevents crabgrass seeds from growing. It kills the seedlings too, even when applied 4 weeks after they sprout. It's your best defense against tough weeds like dandelion, chickweed, henbit, and hundreds more. Plus, its slow-release formula feeds the lawn evenly for months to build stronger roots for maximum heat and drought resistance. Preen 1 delivers convenience and better performance in one package with one application. Spend more time enjoying your lawn and less time working on it. Preen 1, and it's done. It's a lawn dream come true.
Drivers that took time, all of them within 3.5 tenths of each other tonight is going to be a very closely competitive race.
As the field works its way out of the 3-4 complex, the only thing that's left to say is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, because race fans, it's showtime!
Amazing looking cars already. Green flag will fly.
Oh, the rocket! Well, one thing that you're going to see at this track that we haven't seen the last few weeks is a surface that's multi-group. I think this is the first multi-group surface we're going to have.
After an amazing race at Daytona, we now come to the left coast and Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the second round of the Way She Goes Racing League Cup Series.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We've had a caution, first caution of the night. Looks like RP Allen was involved. Did you see what was going on there, Mike?
I didn't at the moment. Took a little break here, but it just got loose.
It got loose and then all on his own came around.
Backed into the wall. Ooh.
Very unfortunate. During
But
that
that's
caution.
that's the one thing we've seen with these cars. If they start to get a little loose with that new steering they have, it's hard to correct it.
Yeah, one thing about them is they're so nailed down to the ground. They're so, the arrow's so tight on these things that what it seems like is happening is people are getting in the cars, trying to save it the way you used to, which is with a little bit of a drift. But because these cars are so tight and they're so hard to keep up with, that's what we end up seeing was, let's see, the 03, there we go, a little too late. But you just go around. There's really nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it looks like he just tried to correct it a little bit, and Will went back the other way because got a little loose, started sliding.
Yeah, definitely. And then that's all she wrote. Didn't see any other issues. Some folks did pit there, so we have entered the first pit window. Air lap 23 of 100. And it looks like lottie-dottie, everybody coming down pit road. Not much changes happening on pit road that I could see.
No, it looks like everybody pretty much did the same strategy. The only one that looks like might have been on a little different strategy is the 18 of Joseph Lester.
Yeah.
He only spent a whole 8 seconds in the pits, so probably just did right side tires or something.
Most likely. As that's what you do. You got to roll the dice here. Got to take your chances where you can, especially at a place that can get so lined out like Michigan. You've really got to be careful and not try and just don't rework the wheel. Go out there, do what you got to do, but get every little advantage you can. You can't slide through your pit box. You can't have a bad stop like it looked like J.C. Gibson, Jeff Carson, Josh Ward in the 16 seconds. You got to really get those sub-14s. Of course, Ryan, he had an 18-second pit stop. Those are the mistakes you've got to eliminate if you want to give yourself a chance mid-pack here.
Yeah, you look at the top three. Their pit lap time was 33 seconds versus almost everybody else in the field's at 46. So they definitely have their pit strategy down as far as getting on and off pit road.
Yeah, that's the advantage of being able to come down on your own. It looked like it was probably a congested pit. I believe there's even a crash with white, I think. Somewhere in there, but we got that figured out. Green flag is out. Joseph Cossey takes an absolute tear here at Michigan. Alex Murray on the outside. He's got the 30 of Jeremy Miller working with him. RJ Root as well. Joe Stafford has made his way 8 positions up. He's up to 5th. 3 wide already. Nicholas Breidenbach leading him around, and then behind him, J.C. Gibson, Brad Gunn, and Josh Ward. Try and get that 3 wide working. It is hard to do here. It's a multi-groove, but definitely those top and bottom lanes seem to have the advantage, Mike.
Definitely, as you see them almost think about going 4 wide there for a second. But the 36 of Brad Gunn's kind of stuck in the middle for a little while and dropped back a couple positions.
Now we see the 16 or the 36, like you said, the Brad Gunn trying to make his spot known behind him. They still haven't got it figured out. Got the 45 of Leo Bonacasa trying to sneak around on the outside. Pick your spot, pick your lane, find out where your speed is here at Michigan. That's going to be the key for these drivers. You can't look at somebody else's speed. You might have a different setup. You might have a different strategy in the pits as the 23. Said the 23, but written as the 18, Joseph Lester. He's trying to work his way through that midline a little bit.
Yeah, he definitely started at the tail end of the field and took that gamble on the pit stops and is up 22 positions right now. So must have found something that worked, as we were talking about when we first came on. You know, track positions, pretty much everything.
Yeah, definitely. You're not going to lose so much, especially here. Everyone around you in clean tires, it's kind of what's good for the goose, good for the gander. If everyone around you is on clean tires, you can kind of use that draft a little bit more than you would think you would need to, and really kind of work your way around those issues that you're going to find usually when you don't take tires.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing at this track and at super speedways, if you can at least hold on to a little bit of the draft or around some cars that did something a little different, it definitely helps you a little bit and makes it where you might be able to hang on a lot longer than you would have normally.
Definitely. So who is that? Somebody's went to the very bottom. 7, Glenn Bolliard. Is that who that is? I'm not even seeing a number on that machine.
It has to be, isn't it?
Yeah, Glenn Bolliard is on the bottom, got it stuck down there. Levi Garrett, love that machine.
Let's see, they're kind of bouncing all over the place back there. You see the 48 of Matt White trying to make it work as well.
Looks like Chris Claude gets the wall a little bit, shaving a little bit of time on there. Yeah, and here we see, guys, this is for 25th. 3 wide.
70,
as we're watching it, they get into each other. Saved by netcode. Holy cow. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Actually, race I was calling the other night was almost the same thing. Half the car disappeared to the car in front of it, and they still were racing, so.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a very interesting series of events. I don't even know if I could find that to replay it. Who we were watching. Matt White. Let's see here. For 23rd. So here's the replay.
There you go.
And then absolutely nothing as far as damage that I can see.
I didn't see any either. That's crazy.
Very, very lucky on the 48 there, as he would have got cleaned here out. Up front.
Joseph Lester clear down to the inside too.
Yeah, passing Leo Bonacasa, one of the pseudo teammates here. I'm not sure who he's running with right this second. But Joseph able to get by. Brad Gunn getting a little bit out of sync with the Mission 22 machine.
Well, looks like they're
bunched
starting to
up.
stack up there on that top line too.
Yeah, everybody, the different strategies kind of playing into it. Everybody up front, they're about a second, but this is just a recipe for disaster as nobody can quite figure out.
Oh, off the... That was Gregory Vaughn. No, Ryan Samuelson bounced off and went spinning.
Oh no, Ryan Samuelson, one of those that...
Yeah, good hard racing and just... Looks like they just got a little too close and went...
Keeping on the 81, Ryan Samuelson. So the 9, and then that's it.
Yep, 45 came down to avoid the 9 and sent Samuelson right into the wall.
And he is out of there. Ryan Samuelson, the bad luck continues on the season. I say bad luck. I'm pretty sure he's still got a win under his belt with Philip Miller. There you go, folks. Let's see if we can talk to anybody coming out of the Infield Care Center. Hey Ryan, it's James and Mike in the booth. You got us.
Yeah.
So coming out of the Infield Care Center, first of all, hope you're doing all right. Tell us about the race so far and kind of what we saw there.
Well, pretty crappy race. We're dead, so we're done for the day. I wish I had the laps I could have gotten this weekend. It's one of my favorite tracks, but just didn't have the time. Someone came down to me and I just sent me into the inside wall. I couldn't really do anything about it.
Yeah, and that's what we saw. And we saw that you started in the back. What was what was with the strategy? And just a late start, or what were we looking at there?
Nah, didn't execute the qualifying lap as well as I wanted to, obviously, and I thought we had a pretty good car to get to the front. I mean, I was kind of plateauing in those runs around 20th, so I didn't know kind of the pace I had, but I mean, it's just the same. Such a rough summer in this season so far. I'm just rooting for the fielder guys to bring home the dubs this race, and hopefully we can get some look back at Richmond and Watkins Glen and Daytona heading into the playoffs. So I mean, it is what it is, unfortunately.
Definitely, but man, again, good luck. I know you've got to win on the season, correct?
Yeah.
So you'll be locked in. You're heading to the playoffs no matter what. Hopefully you can break the bad luck there after that hard hit next week. But brother, tell me who's on the car, and then we'll let you get out of here.
Yeah, I got my my guy who does my paint cars, Fearless Creations. Frederick, I met him at an official race, and we had a battle for the lead at Martinsville a few months ago. And ever since then, we kind of connected. He's been making my paints for him. Unfortunately, this is him race and the race like this for him. But he's been a great friend recently and a great designer. I absolutely love his work. I love ripping his cars for him. So shout out to him.
Definitely. Well, again, man, hopefully we can get that turned around for you, but we'll send you back.
We should. Have a good one, guys.
As well. There was Ryan Samuelson with Field Filler Racing talking about just some of the unfortunate. We've all had seasons like that, right? After a stellar season last season, to come in and kind of struggle and still get a win. You're still locked in, but that struggle really hurts you mentally there, Mike.
Yeah, definitely, especially when you're used to running so well. I mean, it kind of, it's kind of like, even like Kevin Harvick had that same issue where he hadn't won in so long. I mean, you got to wonder if it's something you're doing or something you did different or something you're doing wrong. But, you know, he has a win. He's locked into the playoffs, so hopefully he can get it righted in the next couple weeks and head into the playoffs going strong.
Definitely, those field filler guys always in the hunt. So I'm not too worried about them, but hopefully keep cheering on the teammates of RJ Root, Alex Murray, and there's one more. I don't want to get him out of there. Glenn Balliard and Charles Eaton, trying to get Charles his first win of the season as the green flag comes out. We're back to it. Clayton Davis, for some reason, scored as the number 1.
Yeah, you got Clayton Davis and Joseph Causeway there.
And Joseph, the first time he hasn't started from the front. Am I tripping, or did Clayton stay out? Is that what happened there?
That is what it looks like.
Up 20 positions. Siva Cornez was in that same position. Oh, he's slow. No tires. Comes down for pit. Did not pit. That's going to get everybody bunched up here. As it's an absolute hornet's nest back there. 5th back.
Yeah, he was dropping like a rock. It doesn't look like OCK saying he didn't pit at all this race.
I got him at 22. Interesting. Yeah, Clayton Davis, he's holding it in there in the 2 machine. RJ Root doesn't like the newcomer up here in the top 5. He's going to get to the inside. Joseph Miller, or Jeremy Miller, and Nolan Hodgson's going to battle around him. 3 wide on the aprons, the 54. That's Nolan Hodgson.
And RJ Root's stuck there in the middle between them. Kind of backs off a little bit, but
Car in the wall a little bit farther back. Looks like Wyatt Fink.
looks like he just bounced off the wall, is able to keep it going.
Now we're seeing the effects of it. A big checkup. Now we're about 4 wide here.
So 4 wide with Bonacasa there in the middle. Zach Osborne looking for somewhere to go as well.
Absolutely wild. And up front, the exact same thing's happening. RJ Root on the bottom. He's made his way there. Oh, a little bit of touching. It's going to slow down. It's slinky effect. See if everybody can keep it rolling.
Looks like they do.
That's one thing I'll give these next-gen cars. They are stable under speed.
Yeah, just good thing everybody was paying attention there, because that little checkup could have caused that big one.
As we see here, the 30 machine of Jeremy Miller trying to find a place to get back dug into somebody. Joe Stafford, who's up 6 positions. Joseph Lester up 31 positions. He came down, took tires last time around. He's absolutely pushing.
Yeah, the one of Josh Ward's making strides there as well, as the 2 of Clayton Davis gets a little loose and shakes around.
Caution is out. Not sure where it's going out. Let's see. I don't even have it.
Lynn Ballard, maybe? Oh, there you go.
That's 51, John Espewaldo III. Right when I lost it.
Split up a little bit.
Levi Garrett goes through, then we get then he goes out. Not sure what else was going on around there. Really couldn't see anything, but it looks like the 89 was involved. Randy Belk, he's blinking as well.
Yeah, it looked like the 70 might have been on the outside there and got bounced off of. 55.
Might the Levi Garrett machine. 55, Marty Roberts, I'm sorry, must have helped him around. But anyways, that doesn't really matter much here, as now RJ Root going to stay out. Nolan Hodgkinson, Joseph Cossey, Alex Murray, and RJ Root. They're in 8th. Couple people deciding to come down pit road. Clayton Davis, Jeff Carson, Glenn Bolliard, Randy Spivey. Now we're getting into that's more complicated strategy. We know they can make it about 20 laps, 20 or 30 laps seems to be the golden area there. So do you want to try and come in right now, or are you working on your tires, etc.? Let's go ahead and bring in Chris Claude. Hey, Chris, it's James and Mike in the booth. You got us.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, Chris, so first time talking with you. So first of all, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing okay. I'm not really making much progress through the field, but staying out of trouble, so that's important at this point.
Definitely. Well, you've got the 10 Dasani Toyota up one position from where you started, so we are working. But tell me about the pit strategy. What are we trying to do here as far as saving for the end, how the car's handling in the pack, etc.?
Well, I think the cars get loose like a lot of the other cars in the pack, and I want to come in and top off just in case we get a longer run and we can stay out longer on the track and maybe get a caution and put some people back in the back of the field and hopefully get track position that way. Otherwise, I'm going to have to just pit off schedule and see if I can, I'd like to be able to get the top 10 at some point in this race and be able to race for maybe a top 5, but I just don't know if it's going to happen tonight or not.
We got a lot of competition up front, as always, but I know mid-pack it's been a battle as well, and as the packs form. Are you finding yourself around the same people in the green flag runs, or is it more of just pushing down and digging?
No, I'm finding myself around this, racing the same people over there. So I think a lot of them are in the same position that I am, and some of them are in my team chat also. And we're just kind of seeing how this race plays out. I think early on when we had the 20-lap run, we thought, oh, this may go green. We're going to have to really start pushing a little bit more. And now we've got a rash of cautions, but it's not really garnering us any positions, so unless we did something really aggressive and had stayed out during that caution before when everybody came in, we're just going to have to get lucky and happen to hit it when a lot of the leaders come in to be able to stay out and get track position that way.
Definitely. Well, Chris, good luck moving forward. We'll get you back there, sending you over to Joe Gibbs Racing, correct?
Yes, that's right.
All right, good luck, Chris.
Thank you.
There we go. That was Chris Claude, the owner here of the Sunday Night NASCAR League, giving us some insight as Nolan Hodgson about to get it rolling from Lamar's, Iowa. Hits the green running. Nolan Hodgson out to a quick gap on Alex Murray and Joseph Cossey, deciding to take over that top lane there. Not a bad decision, especially where you can move wherever you want to be and you don't know how long this is going to last. It's been tumultuous on the restarts, to say the least, as we're already seeing folks trying to scramble for every inch here. Almost
yeah, Josh
like
Ward
go-karts.
from the outside to the inside, just crazy.
Oh, is the number one's getting turned? Ooh-wee. What a save by Chad Sanner.
Yeah, they're just all over the track trying to make as much ground as they can after the cautions, because they know that once it kind of settles down, there's not much passing going on.
Definitely. I want to see that again. Chad Sanner making that save. I believe that was lap 44. Let's take a look. Yeah, there it was. Or Josh Ward, that's who it was. Ooh.
Yeah, Josh Ward on that restart, he went from outside to inside to back outside in like less than the front stretch.
Yeah, that's the thing about these cars, that we've had a lot of short tracks recently. Of course, we just came back from Pocono. People forget these cars under speed, and we're looking at people in the 200 miles. I think they said somebody got 201 miles during the IRL NASCAR race. Here we're looking at, let me see here, I can pull that up. Top speed here about 200, 202. Those are speeds that we haven't seen in years in NASCAR. And we're seeing them, and we're seeing just how nailed down these cars are to that road due to aero and the work that NASCAR's been doing on safety.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can just see these cars just hauling, and they're really stable because you can see them, you know, all over the track. And it's not like, you know, some places where they're down on the inside, they're going to be sliding up the track a lot or anything. They're able to hold their line a lot better than the old cars.
Yeah, just that independent rear suspension doing its work. A live axle, if you get switched around that heavy, you're going around. There's nothing, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But luckily with this new independent rear suspension, you can really save those little saves. If you're easy on the wheel and you're not gonna overreact, you can really save more than you're expecting to do here. I haven't had much luck in the next gen cars. Mike, have you been running them?
I haven't hardly ran a race in a while, so as the 91 of Zachary Vaughn gets spun around there.
Oh, and this ain't over.
33 into him. 89, 22, 20. Randy Spivey, Bryson Alexander.
Jesus, let's take a look at this. Because this is going to be involving a lot of folks. I'm already seeing Lino Bacasa, Lauren Jones, Dave Regal involved, Bryson Alexander, Zinda Collins, Randy Bilk, Emily Uritis, Randy Spivey, Ken Ron. Let's take a look. Not exactly sure where this one started. So we see Emily Urias, she's got it. She's standing on it, trying to get out of there. This is the aftermath. Dave Regal. Follow it back from there.
There you go. Well, there you go, right in front of him.
Who was that, though? 75 involved. Dave almost makes it out of there. Leo Bonacasa almost makes it out of there. And this is the aftermath, folks. This isn't even the main cause of the fun. As it's just happening all around him. Then Lauren Jones comes in.
Yeah, look at Zachary Vaughn there.
So Zachary Vaughn in the 91 machine.
Yep.
Just gets turned, and then that's all she wrote. Oh, 33 hard into it. Just a parking lot. See what the Mission 22 Randy Spivey saw. Somebody got all the way through that, and I want to see who that was. I know we're focusing a lot on this, but this was a huge wreck. This is going to have huge implications mid-pack here. Who was that? Not sure. Anyways, so now look who's came to dinner. Joseph Lester, Joe Stafford up front in the 1 and 2 position. As we've got the 1 to go. Some folks electing to pit there. Everybody from Matt White on back has decided to come down pit road. As that is our 4th caution of the night of the Sunday Night NASCAR Series, brought to you by Davis Brothers Roofing, as well as Preen Auto Care, Napa Auto Parts as well. Joseph Lester has the button, old tires up front. That's going to help him out because he's not alone. There he goes. Green flag is out. Look at Nicholas Breidenbach trying to make it to the outside. Everybody else, we haven't watched a restart from the blimp view. Let's get a look at that right now as everybody's trying to get past the slower tires. As remember, they can go wide open here as opposed to everybody else on, even if it's 2 or 3 laps, you are not going to be able to run the same type of
you
laps.
see these, you see these guys, Raymond Root and Alex Murray. Those guys elected to pit, so you know they have fast cars, but they're stuck back in traffic, so they're definitely going to try and work their way through as fast as possible to get back towards the front.
Trying to get settled back in. Joseph Lester, Joe Stafford back behind him. Everybody's kind of looking pretty slow because you get, like you said, these guys are trying to work through here. RJ Root, JC Gibson, Nicholas Breidenbach, but leading the charge of those fresh tires is Nolan Hodgins, who was in first place. Now he's in the 54 machine. Got that thing up to 8th on the freshies. And then of course RJ Root, Joseph Cossey working as well. These guys are gonna have to try and work together to kind of pick through, and teammates up there 4 wide.
I'm gonna say teammates 4 wide right there almost.
Ooh-wee, folks, we are racing here. Look at the who's that? The 48, the 88, Joseph Cossey throwing it down there, deep as she can go, holding on, keeping traction. He is just on the freight train. Multiple positions, 48 doing the same thing back there. That's Matt White.
Yeah, the one of Josh Ward stuck there in the middle, right in front of RJ Root.
They are door to door here, 55 laps down, 45 to go. And they're acting like it's the last lap. Everybody absolutely going wild here. They've been 3 wide for about 4 laps straight.
Yeah, you sit there and you got to be thinking, Cossey and Murray and Root, they've been basically up front having it their own way, and now they're having to deal with some traffic and see how long their patience lasts working their way through it.
Yeah, and what is your, that's Joseph Lester. He's fallen back after a little hiccup. But what's your cost right there? What is the cost for the 88 of Joseph Cossey running bottom wide open for that long in terms of grip? What is he going to be looking for? As Alex Murray, same question. He's going to go to the bottom. He's going to try and go for the lead. He takes it away from Joe Stafford and Cossey. in a wild move to get the first place.
Yeah, went right off the nose of Clayton Davis, and both of them were able to hold it together. Alex Murray right to the front. Kazi's right behind him.
Absolutely insane.
And you see the 54 of Nolan Hodgkins making his way back through the field as well.
Let's take a look at that battle. Here's Alex Murray. Sitting in third, he takes his opportunity. He just throws it in there and lets it stick. That's what you gotta do. Big gamble, but it's paying off for him. As we look through the field here, there's more stuff going on. I really wish we could focus on those leaders all the time, but like I said earlier, I promised you guys I would get you guys into the discussion. I don't. Oh my gosh.
You have a
bot there. Bots are back.
always. See the 9 of Jeff Carson trying to work his way around the 14. Decides to jump up to the high side after having to check up a little bit. One of Josh Ward is trying to hang on. Joseph Lester is going the wrong way after not pitting that time.
Let me look at this brightness for you guys. I am hearing that I need to control the brightness. Not really much I can do on that end. It's a sunny day there in Michigan, but I'll see what I can do.
Emily Urias down to the inside, going to pass Josh Ward. She's up 25 positions from where she started.
Yeah, a little bit of an issue that she had earlier.
Looks like behind them, 4 wide with Dave Regal and Walda and Roberts.
Joe Stafford's still up there. He's trying to ask what happened with Alex Murray. Absolutely nothing happened with Alex Murray. The pit cycles were a little bit chaotic.
Yeah, I think half the field decided they were going to take a gamble and try and pin them back towards the back, and it worked for a little while, but they got tired of it and made their way back to the front.
Yeah, so there we go. There's the 6 machine of Emily Urias. She has, you're right, up 26 positions so far, so I'm sure she is our hardest charger if we're to end right now. Couple others of note here. Clayton Davis, he is up 15 positions. Clayton Davis up 15 positions. Zach Osborne up 20. Of course, Emily Urias there. And then Joseph Lester, who's still, after going from the back to the front, is still up 21 positions as he's going backwards after the tire strategy. But that's been his play all along. He started out not taking tires when everybody else did, or at least only taking 2. And that, just the kind of gambles you're going to see here is, man, Michigan's bringing a lot of fun to a lot of these drivers.
Yeah, there's tons of racing going on track. It's one of the most entertaining races we've seen in a while on some of these tracks.
Yeah, definitely. And these, it's so hard as a broadcaster to try and keep up with this. This is up front. Your top 5 battling it out here. Alex Murray, Joseph Cossey, Nolan Hodgson, Matt White, and Raymond Root.
Oh, and around they go.
Oh! White and Root.
Hodgson's.
Hodgson's stuck there in the middle. I think everybody
Looks like
was able to avoid him.
Yeah, it looks like he just stood on the brakes and is waiting for everybody to go by.
That is the right answer there.
Looks like White and him were racing pretty hard, and looks like he just got turned a little bit.
Oh, looks like the 48 just kind of gets bent out of shape. Into Nolan Hodgson. There's not much that he was able to do about that.
Yeah, he couldn't do anything. It looked like Matt White maybe was trying to drive a little bit with his rear view mirror. His Root was right behind him as well.
And
but it looks like everybody...
part.
Yeah, he just stayed there waiting for everybody to go by.
Hey, this butt's for you, Nolan Hodgson. Let's see if we can grab Nolan. Where he's at. Well, we can't grab Nolan. So we can't grab Nolan, but I can tell you who we can grab. Dave Regal.
Hiya, fella.
The one, the only. Coming down pit road. Hope we're not messing you up too bad. Tell us about the race and what you're seeing here.
Well, so far it's been pretty good. I mean, all things considered, you know, it's been fairly clean. Of course, we don't want to jinx that here before the end. But, you know, good racing overall. A lot of three-wide kind of action. But nothing too uncharacteristic for Michigan.
Definitely. So we saw you got in a little bit of an issue earlier when the big one happened. Were you able to get that machine fixed and out there competing again?
Oddly enough, no damage needed or no damage taken. The only thing I got was a couple of X's for incidents, but otherwise, car was pretty clean.
Definitely. Well, Dave, what's going to be your key to coming out here and making this thing happen in the final stretch with 34 to go?
It's going to be all about staying out of trouble and basically making sure, you know, you see those 3 and 4 wide situations, especially here at Michigan International Speedway, you know, staying out of trouble, because I'm pretty sure it's going to get hot and heavy here toward the top.
Yeah, for sure. So can you make it till the end? Are you going to be able to?
I should have about 2 extra laps of fuel in this bad boy.
Definitely. Well, keep her in the draft, keep your head down, and hopefully we can get you a good finish.
All right, boss. Have a good broadcast.
You have a good race, sir. That was Dave Regal. One of our, you'll notice that awesome paint job he's got going on there.
Yeah, and as you heard from him, looks like he has a couple laps to the good of fuel, so if this thing stays green, see what happens.
Yeah, I'll tell you who that's bad news for, because a couple electing not to pit. Zach Osborne and Brad Gunn electing to stay out to Toyota. So Toyota working on an interesting strategy. They're going to get a lap led. Zach was started in the 27th position, so he's going to have the button here. But going to be interesting to see how that pans out. We've seen old tires, no matter how old they are, have absolutely fallen off the planet on the restarts.
Yeah, we witnessed that with Luster there when he was up front, took that no pit strategy, and now he's back in 18th position. So
for sure. As Alex Murphy, Joseph Kazi, Austin Story, your top cars right now in the top 5. Clayton Davis, RJ Root. Let's take a look at this restart from Joe Stafford's perspective. I think it's going to be a good one. We'll turn it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on board. We got some really good shots. Austin Story there trying to work himself up. The two of Clayton Davis in that Ghost 2 machine. He's been on a tear, up 17 positions. Eugenio Alonso, though, just put down the fastest lap of the race, 38.86, 202 miles an hour there.
Yeah, as you saw when we were coming back, he definitely had that floored. Bounced off the wall a little bit and was able to keep it going, though.
Yeah, the Saferberry really keeping up to its name as Joe Stafford. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Emily Arias and J.C. Gibson. Here lumps Joseph Lester. You knew he was going to be there. You knew he was going to have an opportunity. Lester back up 31 positions. 3 wide behind him. Emily Arias, Leo Bonacasa. Down 7, Glenn Paulyard.
'63 of Wyatt Fink riding the wall up there. Under caution.
Let's take a look. That's going to put Bawalda out of there. So not sure what, that looked odd. That looked like it was set in motion somewhere. Let's take a look at it from the chopper.
'16 into the '63 into the '51.
Looks like he must have gotten a little loose there. There we see Dave Regal, who we talked to. See if we can get Alonso. I'm not sure if we can. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's going on at YouTube. Gotten one more complaint that it's bright. I don't have any control over that. Actually, let's see what we can do. Let's go to break.
Drivers that took time, all of them within 3.5 tenths of each other tonight is going to be a very closely competitive race.
As the field works its way out of the 3-4 complex, the only thing that's left to say is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, because race fans, it's showtime!
Some amazing looking cars already. Green flag will fly.
Oh, they're wrecking! Well, one thing that you're going to see at this track that we haven't seen the last few weeks is a surface that's multi-group. I think this is the first multi-group surface we're going to have.
After an amazing race at Daytona, we now come to the left coast and Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the second round of the Way She Goes Racing League Cup Series.
Davis Brothers has been providing homeowners and businesses with exceptional roofing services since 1983. From repairing roofs on small homes to installing new roofs on large commercial retailers, no job is too big or too small. Your home is an important part of your life, and your roof is an essential part of your home. We understand that. Whether you're inspecting, repairing, or replacing a roof, we'll treat your home like it's our very own. Low slope, steep slope, big or small, it doesn't matter, we do them all. And remember, we have the capabilities and the manpower to take on any size job. When it comes to your roof, it's important to be proactive. Choose an experienced roofer you can trust. At Davis Brothers Roofing, we are your experienced roofer. Contact us today for a consultation and let us earn your...
All right, folks, we are back here. Alex Murray up front. Joseph Cossey there in second. Raymond Root third. Eugenio Alonso there in fourth. So far, Mike, it's shaping up to be a blast. You want to call this restart?
Sure, let's do that. Pace car jumps down to the inside, and we have Alex Murray with the button. And he is down and away. Looks like he got a pretty good jump. Kazi on the outside's not going to be able to keep up with him. But he's got plenty of room behind to RJ Root.
Definitely Alonso gets moving there. Austin Story in the 23XI machine. And got the teammate of Joseph Lester right next to him. That's definitely going to help these guys out. Ooh, as he gets in the wall a little bit. 27, that's going to be JC Gibson now on his bottom. Nicholas Breidenbach all throughout the field here, folks. It is hard to keep your eyes away from... You can throw a rock at the scoreboard and just absolutely get a battle.
Yeah, Clayton Davis down to the inside, going to try and pass RJ Root there. Force him up the track a little bit. Looks like the 23s are getting together, Lester and Story.
Yeah, a little bit of a paint mishap. Hope that's not on my end. I didn't think I fixed that issue. Josh Ward in the one. So let's go ahead and run through the top three. We got 25 laps to go. Everybody up front electing that they were not going to come down pit road. So we'll go ahead and go over these for you guys as we put up those gaps. Alex Murray in first place for now. Joseph Cossey in second. From North Miami Beach, Florida in the 88. RJ Root, also known as Raymond Root, there in third. Clayton Davis has brought that machine 17 positions up in the number 2 Ford. Joe Stafford, one of the greats here, if not in the Hall of Fame of Sunday Night NASCAR, has got Joseph Lester all over the rear end of him. Don't know if that's more of a push or a bump draft. But lots of respect given there to the veteran Joe Stafford. 7th place, Josh Ward. Up 18 positions, Austin Story. Trying to work through. Eugenio Alonso. They're in 10th. 24th, Nicholas Breidenbach. Leo Bonacasa, JC Gibson.
Matthew Gaskins, Emily Urias. Back to Randy Spivey and Nolan Hodgins. And Seba Cornez is up 24 positions in that 14 Toyota.
Chad Sander and Stoney Benfield here battling for 19th. And Marty Rivets in 20th. But there was something going on up front. Some radio chatter here by the 86. As he's had a good run. Alonso absolutely having a good run. Now everybody's going to line up. But earlier got into it a little bit with Austin Story. Marty Roberts Jr. in the field. He's going to hold him down. No caution. No caution.
It gets it going.
Let's see. Is that Marty Roberts? Lost it. There we go. 55 machine. He's had his troubles. Like just tight racing, gets up into the 70 and then down in front of another racer, and that'll do it for sure. So Alex Murray's still up front. Josh Ward back there. Gino Alonso trying to work on the 27 of Gibson. So 19 laps to go all of a sudden here. Let's go back to our 20th position and go over these guys who are just absolutely bunched up. Glenn Bolliard there in 22nd. Alex Brinson from Lake Elmo, Minnesota, 23. Dave Regal reading Pennsylvania in 24th. Oh, somebody gets it right out in front of him.
Jeff Carson?
He's going to save that.
Jeff Carson.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, heck of a save. Got down to the inside, kept it going, and got back on track.
Yep, just a little bit of net coat, it looks like.
Yeah.
Wow, that's our save of the day, brought to you by Preen Lawn Care. Of course, my SDK is frozen. Give us one moment to get that figured out, ladies and gentlemen. Do apologize. Have to do this the old-fashioned way.
But behind Jeff Carson, we got Corey Burke and Chris Claude in 27th. Then we got Wyatt Fink and John Buwalda, Siba Conrez and Jeff O'Rourke.
There we go. 15 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Up front, Alex Murray, Joseph Cossey. Still going, still battling. These guys have been battling since the very beginning of the race. Once RP Allen has his incident, he was out of it. Alex Murray started in third on the inside, row 2. Joseph, of course, had the pole position. RJ Root in 5th. And then the only outsider here, Clayton Davis, started 17 positions back in 21st. That's just how quickly it happens. So we don't need both tower and that up.
Yeah, Clayton Davis able to avoid some of the big wrecks and use his 3-stop pit strategy to perfection, it looks like, to get up front. But the top 4 separated by less than a second.
Yeah, everybody up there, as well as back here, Josh Ward, Joseph Lester, these folks. Absolutely flying through here. Again, ladies and gentlemen, let us know who you've got, who you want to see some more of. We can definitely try and do that for you as everybody's trying to figure it out. Alonso and Lester now working at it. Lester up 29 positions to 11th. We're just talking about all these guys that support this league. We appreciate them. Of course, Buttkicker. Feel what you've been missing. Buttkicker, what they do, it adds a little bit of tactile feedback to your racing. It's a kind of a vibration producing thing you can put on your chair, and when you're getting out of line, if your tires are getting squealy, you can set that to go off, kind of like a real car, where it gives you that warning, like, hey, we're about to go around. Absolutely game changing is the Buttkicker if you are a gamer. If you're not a gamer, You can strap this thing to your sofa, turn it on when you're watching those movies. It'll absolutely change the way you watch them, as it'll add that bass, kind of like you're in the movie theater, except a little bit better. So head out and check out Buttkicker for all of your racing needs. If you got that home theater system, put that sucker in there. Of course, Davis Brothers Roofing, another group that supports these guys. If you need residential, commercial in the greater Tennessee area, these guys can help you out. If there's a storm came through, a lot of folks are going to be coming to your door saying, hey, let me fix your roof. So get your deposit, work with it, do a shoddy job, and get out of there. Not Davis Brothers Roofing. They work in your area. They don't travel around. They're not storm chasers. These guys are there for you. You can call them afterwards with all your feedback, and that's huge in the roofing industry. So if something happens to your roof, don't go out. Don't wait for somebody to come to your door. Call the guys at Davis Brothers Roofing. They've been around since 1983 for a reason. Go ahead and holler at them. But so far here, RJ Root still up there. Clayton Davis, the number 2 machine. I'm surprised to see Clayton moving forward. He went kind of the back there after showing up. But the pit strategies have really helped everybody out, kind of equalize everybody as we've had these late cautions.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everybody's going to be able to make it to the end from what it looks like. But as we've been sitting here watching these guys battle back here in, 3rd, 4th, 5th, the top 2 have been able to get away. So...
yeah, Alex Murray and Joseph Cossey are absolutely gone. 2.5 second gap with 9 laps to go. And Alex is actually stepping it out from Joseph, which if you're Joseph, you got to hate that. He's been running up front all day. And now all of a sudden, Alex has a chance to get up to you. Is RJ Root working at Nicholas Breidenbach on his inside?
Yeah, it looks like Root's going the wrong way.
Definitely, and here comes Austin Story. He's going to rub it in, getting behind Breidenbach. And 3 wide here. 8 laps to go. They're going to think better of it, get back out of it. Not too far back. Lester's trying to get back up to the other 23. That was Nolan Hodgson. The 2 young guns battling it out here. Nolan Hodgson and Joseph Lester.
Yeah, Nolan had that incident a few laps ago, and he's back up here working his way in the top 10 again.
Yeah, from the lead, Nolan Hodgson, I think it was lap 55, maybe our 6th caution of the night. Nolan went all the way to the back after getting into another driver there. It's kind of in the wrong place, wrong time, but able to come back up to 8. That's a success story in itself, especially for somebody who's doing really good on points so far this year. To be able to do that. Then we got Leo Bonacasa in the 45 machine. Glenn Bolliard, Josh Ward, Stoney, Benfield there, as far back there. Up front, issues here. Austin Story, Nicholas Breidenbach, Clayton Davis going the wrong way now. See what happened there as Austin Story passed Davis.
Oh.
So, Breidenbach gets into the 2. And another.
Yeah.
Another miraculous save in these machines.
Okay, so I'm just ever so slightly into the side of him then, and both of them able to keep going. And lucky that Story didn't try and floor it and spin him around as well once he jumped back down.
Definitely. So 5 laps here left in this race so far. Everybody up front. Alex Murray, Joseph Cossey keeping it within spitting distance, trying to get spread out. Nicholas Breidenbach, RJ Root, Austin Story trying to still battling it out here, battling for the 3rd position when they really could be trying to line up. Is it too little too late from these guys about 4 seconds back?
I would say probably, because even though Alex Murray and Joseph Kazi are a little ways and aren't really working together, they're still running faster lap times. So you'd have to get nose to tail and push as hard as you can, but it looks like they're more fighting for points amongst themselves.
Yeah, definitely. Trying to get the top 3, and of course these guys battle week in and week out. So they know what they want to do. They know that the bragging rights moving into things. With 4 laps to go, RJ having some connection issues. That's not usual. Seems like everybody's kind of accepted their lot here, if I do say so. We got Nolan Hodgson. He has worked himself up there after battling with Lester. He's working on the 2 machine who got into his issue. So this might actually be coming into its own here.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have 3 or 4 cars at least battling for some position on the track, whereas up front they kind of settled down and kind of accepted where they're at for the moment.
So 2 laps to go here at the Sunday Night NASCAR 200, brought to you by Davis Brothers Roofing, Buttkicker, Preen Lawn Care, and as well Napa Auto Parts. So there you have it. Breidenbach currently sitting in 3rd. This is the important position that's going to be highly contested as they come to it. Austin Story wants it. RJ Root wants it. Breidenbach's going to have to defend. Back there, don't take a look away from Joseph Lester and Nolan Hodgson. These guys are absolutely hungry for some points here. Lester starting halfway through the season. He needs them. Hodgson has a good run. So JC Gibson and Lester going at it. Hard side draft. Up front, Breidenbach, Story, and Root. Murray is absolutely gone. Causey's can't do really much about it, but we'll keep an eye on it. This is your battle coming to the white flag. Breidenbach, Story, and Root. Nothing doing on Root, trying to make it to the inside of Austin Story. Back behind him, look at Joe Stafford. And Joseph Lester up into the wall a little bit. Gets into Nolan Hodgson. Nolan's going to probably be able to save it. There he goes. Breidenbach keeps it in 3rd. Alex Murray keeps the win. Joseph Cossey, they're in 2nd. What a battle between Joseph Lester and Hodgson that led them to the 9th and 11th position.
Yeah, it looked like for a minute there, Hodgson's was going to be thrown down pit road, but he was able to save it and bring it home 11th.
Definitely, as that is a really good running for these folks. So take a look, try and catch your driver there if you want to know where they finished. We're going to go ahead and grab these guys for some interviews here, Sunday Night NASCAR, once they get rolling. So there you have it, Alex Murray getting his 9th win of the season. That 40 field filler Chevrolet is absolutely rocking it. It's insane what they're able to do coming in here to a high SR race. These aren't scrubs. Some of these guys in the 2,000 and 3,000 IR rating that they're beating. Coming in here, just blowing them out of the water. As here we go, we have our, we're going to wait a little bit longer for those drivers.
Yeah, that field filler team is just dominating the races. They won 15 out of 21. Or 22 now.
Absolutely. And speaking of the devil, here he is, Alex Murray. Coming off your 9th win of the season, how's it feel for field filler racing?
That feels great. Car was great tonight and had some good teamwork and hope for it. And I thought Joseph was going to get me there at the end. To be honest with you, he started to catch me at the end, and you know, he's a frontline guy, so he's teammates still, and Nick was coming as well. I think if we had a caution there, if I had to take tires, we were going to be screwed. So luckily we went green and sealed the deal. But yeah, it was a good race, good fun. These guys are they're catching up, that's for sure.
Definitely catching up, he says. Modest interview. I like to hear it. Who you got on the car, and what are you gonna do with all these bonus points running into the playoffs?
Oh, we're gonna take them and run with them. I gotta thank VD Technology Group, CPG Graphics, Racing Rehab, Shamrock Auto Care, Frontline Esports, Prodigy Esports, all the guys that put in the time and work to get these cars going like they do, and especially Joseph, RJ, and the rest of the group to work together there, get away from the field early, and just kind of conserve and ride. But it's a good fun race, and obviously I got to thank my girlfriend as well. And I don't know if she's got a watch party tonight. Usually she does, but I got to thank those guys too, and hopefully we can capitalize on this going into the playoffs. Obviously no stress right now, but as soon as playoffs hit, it's gonna get stressful.
Definitely, we know anything can happen there. Do you have anything circled on the playoffs that you really think you've got a chance to win, other than every single one?
No, we're just gonna take them week by week and go from there. I mean, I think there's gonna be a couple that I'll miss. So if I know I'm gonna miss one, then we're gonna have to capitalize on that early. And go from there. But like I said, I mean, I think we'll be good everywhere. It's just a matter of having the luck on our side.
Definitely. Well, Alex, we appreciate you stepping in here, and we'll talk to you again next week, I'm sure.
I hope so. I appreciate it.
That was Alex Murray. Next we got in here, I believe, Mike, you have the number 88 of Joseph Cossey.
Hey, Joseph. How's it going?
Pretty good. How about you, Mike?
Oh, not too bad. Hey, that was a tremendous race. You guys were running up front most of the night. Do you think you could have done anything maybe a little different to close in on Murray there?
Man, it was kind of hard after the tires got worn out. I was trying different lines here and there, trying to drop the front stretch to try to see if it'll give me a little bit more speed down the front stretch. It seemed to kind of help out right there at the end, but it was a little too late. Once he got a little gap on me, it was too far to overcome. I tried to set it off at 3 and 4, tried to video game it, but it didn't work out the way I wanted. So we didn't get close enough to him, but got close enough to where it looked good.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your second place finish. Anybody on that car you want to thank?
Thanks to guys all at Frontline and everything, and thanks you for Propel Motorsports for picking me up. This has only been my, I think, 3rd race or so, if I'm not mistaken. And man, come out here and showed results.
Awesome. Well, congrats again on your second place finish, and maybe we'll talk to you next week.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Next, of course, we've got my favorite driver in Sunday Night NASCAR, Nicholas Breidenbach. Man, congratulations on the podium. Coming in, holding off a hard-charging Austin Story and RJ Root. What does this one mean for you?
I'm just happy to get a good result here tonight. Put a lot of work in this week, and glad to see it pay off.
Definitely. Coming into the playoffs, these points meaning so much, get you above that cut line. Had a really consistent season. What are you looking forward to as we get closer? Anything coming up here that you've got circled?
I'd say probably Watkins Glen. I tend to really like the road courses. They're a lot of fun, and I normally run pretty well at them. So I've got that circled, and then I like Daytona as well, so probably those two.
Definitely. Well, Nick, you were one of the only drivers that we've talked to that kind of had to contend through the pack. How these cars look responsive as hell. How responsive was it in the pack, and to be able to carve up slower cars? Did you had the setup to do that?
Yeah, I'd say I did. I had my car turning pretty well through the corners. I think I was getting through the corners better than just about any car on the track tonight. I would get beat a little bit down the straightaways. Didn't have the car trimmed out as much, but overall it was set up pretty well to make my way up through the field.
Definitely. Well, Nick, congratulations on the third place finish. Tell us who you got on the car, who you want to shout out that helped you tonight.
First of all, I want to shout out Team Watson Racing, setup shop. They helped me out a lot to get to this point. I want to shout out Money House Graphics for putting the paint together for me that I've got on the car. And just want to shout out to my parents who are watching right now at home, and to my family.
Definitely. Well, man, again, congratulations on the third place finish. I know I'm enjoying the hell out of seeing you show out this season, and hopefully it continues into the playoffs.
Thank you.
So there we go, Mike. We're going to go ahead and run through our results and get us out of here here at Michigan. A couple drivers doing a really good job showing out as always. So let's go ahead and run through and recognize those folks here shortly. Alex Murray going to be in the number 1 spot tonight. Joseph Cossey there in second. Nicholas Breidenbach coming in third. Austin Story fourth. RJ Root there in fifth. Clayton Davis running sixth. Joe Stafford seventh. J.C. Gibson finishing it in eighth. Joseph Lester running through the field in ninth. And Eugenio Alonso there in 10th.
Nolan Hodgkins in 11th after that hard-fought battle with Lester. Alex Princeton, Brad Gunn in 13th. Matthew Gaskins, 14th. 15th, Leo Bonacaza in the 45. Glenn Ballard, 16th. Stoney Benefield, 17th. Dave Regal, 18th. Randy Spivey and Josh Ward round out the top 20.
Then we got Jeff Carson in the 9 machine getting 21st. Zindala Collins in the 22nd. Chris Claude finishing 23rd. Good showing by him, up 7 positions. John Espawalda coming back from that earlier issue. He's up 14 positions there in 24th. Zach Osborne 25th. Chad Sanger 26th. Emily Urias 27th. Corey Burkett 28th, 29th. Wyatt Fink. Seba Cornez in 30th. And then Jeff O'Rourke, the final car, on the lead lap in 31st.
Yeah, then we got Matt White, Lauren Jones, Charles Eaton, Ken Rahan, Marty Roberts Jr., Randy Belk, Bryson Alexander, Zachary Vaughn, and Jeremy Miller round out the top 40. And then you have Ryan Samuelson and RP Allen, who were involved in a couple early wrecks.
Yeah, very unfortunate for RP Allen, who is in 36 positions down from where he started. But that's going to do it for us here, folks, at Michigan International Speedway. My name is James Riles. You're watching here on Esports Broadcasting Network over on YouTube, Sim Racing Media on Facebook. You can always catch us there. You can also catch us on our website, simracingmedia.com. Super easy. We'll see you there. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week.